will be taking the very first episode ever, a tour around my yard to visit some native Ohio animals. Let's start. Right here we have green sunfish, a fast pond predator. It feeds on many creatures. Let's start. All right. To our right and left you'll see poison ivy. It is a very itchy plant. Okay, here's our first stop on the search for Ohio animals. Okay, here we've got an excellent example of pill bugs. They're a plant eater and they roll up in a ball when threatened. And they are a crustacean. Now in that nature center we just visited, there lives the second most dangerous animal in the world, the Asian tiger mosquito, spreading many deadly diseases. And our next stop will be the pond. Okay, this is the pond. It's a habitat for many animals. Right here we got an example of duckweed. It's a small pond weed. It spreads very fast and can cover large areas in a short time. Now we will be possibly encountering traces of a large snapping turtle, the largest animal in the pond. Right here you see a muskrat hole. It's a breeding ground for mosquitoes. A muskrat is a large rodent. It feeds on pondweed. Okay, here we go. Right around here. There should be, here, over here. See those wrinkled patches? Now those are snapping turtle tracks. Snapping turtle makes them when they're moving under the duckweed. They do that so they can bury themselves in the mud to keep unnoticed. In this direction, we will be heading towards another pond. And that is where our next scene will take place. This is the habitat of the green sunfish. Now watch as I throw this daisy in to demonstrate just how voracious they are. Now as you can see, there are some underneath them. One just came up above the water. I'm going to try and throw another one in and see if they attack it, okay? If this one doesn't work, I'm going to move on. Come on, this way. Now we'll see some creatures that live around right here. Geese came through here. Very common bird. Now there are mosquitoes flying around and all sorts of flies. The fish will jump out of the water to catch those. That's another demonstration of how voracious their appetite is. This is a killdeer egg. A mother killdeer is very protective of her babies. She will lure enemies away by pretending to have a broken wing. The enemies think it's an easy meal and therefore follow her. This egg was probably smashed open by a crow. They are scavengers. Now as you look over up there, you will see it right over there. By the reeds, there's a few frogs. Now frogs at night is when they mate. They attract females by calling them with many strange calls. Now we will go this way. Okay, here's a dried up marsh where many animals have lived in the past. Over here, if you come over here, right there's a goose footprint. And then over here is a killdeer footprint. Right in this area. And this will give you an example of the size of a killdeer. They are about this big and they're a small shorebird. Now if we come over here, in fact right there, you can see deer footprints. Now deers overpopulate this area without any other animals to keep them in check. There's nothing that will stop them from overpopulating. Right here is a young deer's footprint because it's so small. And here's another killdeer footprint. This is the last creature we'll be showing. And now this concludes our majestic show on nature. Insect lands, it will come up and grab them. And so ends our film on the majestic. Kind of tell what we're going to do our next episode about. This episode will be about animals which you keep as pets. Okay, here's an American Shorthair. It is a breed that was first made in America. As you can see, it is a very tame breed. This one is 15 years old. Cats can live longer than dogs. This is the dog we first featured in the opening. This dog is a mutt. A mutt is a crossbreed of many different kinds of dogs. Dogs are very loyal and faithful. They are also intelligent. We will be heading towards my house where we will be seeing most of the pets. Vertebrate pet. Right in there is a crayfish. It is a crustacean which is not very commonly kept as a pet, and it will feed on goldfish. There are other invertebrates and crustaceans like, number 1, hermit crabs make great pets. Fiddler crabs also make good pets. There is also large insects like tarantulas and scorpions and millipedes. Hissing cockroaches are also kept as pets often. Now here is a fish tank with some tropical fish. Down there, near the bottom, there's a bass, and they can be kept in a fish tank while they are young. Tetra is the one by the surface. Tetras are relatives of piranhas. There's also the tiger barbs. They are an aggressive fish, but can be kept in a community fish tank as long as there are more than one, so they can chase each other. This section is about birds. These birds in here are 2 parakeets. They are both males. Males will fight. The green one is a common variety found in the wild. The blue one is a specially bred variety for domestication. This is a zebrafinch, a small Australian bird. As you can see, they are very hyper. They will jump around and they fly around in large flocks. They are commonly sold in the pet trade. This is one of the most popular reptiles sold in the pet trade. It is the bearded dragon, a curious, inquisitive lizard. They are very tame and very popular. They make great pets, but they are somewhat hard to take care of and somewhat expensive. And so we conclude our episode on the domesticated animals. Next episode will be about frogs, fish, and other creatures of the pond. Our episode on the pond and its creatures. This is a green frog. It is a common pond frog. It can get very large and is one of the closest relatives of the bullfrog. They live all over ponds and they are very common. They feed on bugs and other creatures. And he will be scooping some pond creatures out of the pond for us.
Hi.
Okay, here's a dragonfly nymph. And this is a young dragonfly. It's a voracious pond predator. As you can see, I will show you its mouth part, which it uses to grab things. Right there, that long thing by its head is its mouth part. It shoots that out to grab prey. As it grows, it sheds skin, and on its final shed, it will climb out of the water and become a dragonfly.
Here's one.
There's
There's
another
something
one.
right here too. It happened.
Oh, here we go. Well, I couldn't catch it, but in there is a water boatman, which hunts small tadpoles and other animals underwater and poisons them with its beak. Here's a close-up of the green frog. As you can see, they have many features that adapt them for life in the water. Their eyes are above the rest of their head, so they can see above water. Their nostrils can also close up underwater. Their ears are right behind their eyes, and even though you can't see them, they can actually hear extremely well. Their large mouth is suited for catching big prey. They are fast swimmers, and their strong back legs can jump. I will demonstrate the jumping abilities.
Cool.
As you can see, they can jump far. And they also make loud noises. This is a young frog, also known as a pollywog. As you can see, it still has its tail. A frog's life cycle isn't very complicated. They lay their eggs in large jelly-like clumps. The eggs hatch into very small tadpoles. These tadpoles can't swim and their gills are outside their bodies. As they mature, though, their gills go inside their body. When they mature, they can get very big. Then they get their back legs, and then they get their front legs. They will keep their gills for a little while longer, and then their tail gets absorbed into their body. What's left of the tail is used as nutrients. This is a damselfly, a relative of the dragonfly. Damselflies and dragonflies hover above water and swoop down. They are the fastest flying insect in the world. They prey upon other insects like mosquitoes. They are very good predators. When it comes breeding season, they mate by attaching their abdomens to each other. Then they deposit their eggs in water plants. The eggs turn into the dragonfly nymphs we showed you earlier. Largest predators of the pond. This large fish is a very popular sport fish. And some other fish of the pond are ammers, which are a very large plant eater, and they are in the carp family. There's also the bluegill, a popular sport fish and panfish, and the carp, the catfish, which is a bottom dweller and eats just about anything that comes in its path. We'll be doing a documentary on bugs and other small creatures, the smallest organisms that live in North America.
Action.
Wow, Brian, I think there's something you might want to see over here.
Okay, this is a banded grasshopper, and they are great to be camouflaged among the rocks. That stuff it's spitting out of its mouth is half-digested plants. This is only a nymph, as you can see by its small wings, but it will mature and it will have very large wings. Another name for these is We'll be looking under rocks and logs and many other things to see if there are bugs underneath them. We'll start by looking under one of these piles over here. This is where we might find an assortment of creatures. Right here you can see a centipede. It is a large predator which lives in soil regions. Here's a wireworm. It's the larva of the click beetle. And what click beetle is, it's a beetle, and when it gets flipped over, there's a special mechanism that lets it flip back on its back. And here's daddy longlegs, or harvestman. It's a member of the arachnid family, and it feeds on insects and rotting plants. In the Midwest, they say that if you hold a daddy longlegs, its legs will point in the direction that cows are. That is, of course, a wives' tale. Now we will be heading up into the forest, where we might find some bugs. Then we will be flipping over a log.
In there, you know.
And here we will find the log, which we will be flipping over. And here it is. And then there are pill bugs under here. And what pill bug is, it's a crustacean. Now you see, these are pill bugs, but there's also the sow bug. Now sow bug is similar in design to a pill bug, but there's a difference. Pill bugs can roll up in balls, and I'll demonstrate that to you. Well, it's not doing it, but it does it like that. And sow bugs can't roll up in balls. They can only run. We will be looking at an anthill next. Ants are very smart and social insects. They have huge colonies consisting of many workers, a lot of soldiers, young, and a queen. Oh, back. Right over this is where we will be seeing the ant. And here she is. This is a wood ant now. And I'll try to get them agitated to show you just how protective of their colony. Now, a wood ant bites and sprays formic acids, which smell like vinegar and can kill and destroy the respiratory system of other insects. Ants can be very protective. They are very social. They will attack even other ants of the same species if they aren't from the same nest. These are aphids. They are a small true bug. They suck sap out of plants and are a big pest of gardens. These ones have a special job. As you can see up here, these ants are on here. What they do is they rub the aphids and then they get honeydew, which is a sweet substance aphids secrete. It is a symbiotic relationship. Spittlebugs are a relative of aphids. They live in this spit-like substance and it protects them from enemies. Now, I'll show you what they look like, if there are any in here. They may have already came out. Okay. Well, we can't find, there aren't any in there that I can, oh, I found one. It's in here, yep. Okay. Anytime now. Here it is. A small black and white bug. This is only a nymph. They grow up in a little while, but until then they stay in here. The aphids have a similar life cycle, only they are born live. Right now we will be looking at some insects under the rock. Now as you take this journey, you can see that this grid is behind you. Now right along here is where mosquitoes. Oh, there's a snake. Oh, this is the first log we'll flip over. Okay. What we got here is just pill bugs. Now, the next one may yield something more. Okay. It just yielded more pill bugs. But normally there are earthworms under here. Earthworms are an annelid. They eat rotting vegetation. Here is a wolf spider, and it is... Here's a wolf spider, right. It's in there, but it's a predatory spider which chases its prey. Next we will be going to see a different rock. This rock is very large and may yield something good. Here she is. There are sometimes centipedes and pill bugs under it, and it's usually something more. Okay, we already got a small beetle, which is in its burrow. I'm trying to get it out. I have no clue where it went. It's a large ground beetle. Ground beetles are voracious pet predators. They will eat just about anything they can get. This is a deer fly. Deer flies are very bad pests in the summer. They're related to horseflies and the green-headed tabanid. Tabanid is a kind of blood-sucking fly. In Africa, they spread many diseases, and here they can spread anthrax. As you can see, there aren't any bugs here, but there is something I can talk about bugs. Often at night, gnats will come to lay their eggs. Now, a gnat is a small mosquito-like insect. Its eggs hatch into a small larva with a breathing tube. The larvae take a little while to mature, and then they turn into a pupae, which looks a lot like the larva, only the head is replaced by a large square object. Then they float up to the surface on rafts of weeds and hatch out as adult gnats. This is the same thing goes for mosquitoes. These are our last specimens we will be showing. In here, we have a cicada nymph's shed skin. Now, cicadas come out every 17 years. They are also related to the aphids and the spittlebugs. What they do is they come out as nymphs and they climb up trees. Then they shed and fly around as adults and mate. And this one here is a male. Now, I also have females in here. As you can see, there's a big difference. And what they do is they mate, and then after that, they lay their eggs on a tree and they hatch and burrow into the ground. This is the monarch butterfly. Now, I can't find a real one, so I'm showing you pictures in books. Right here is the adult. The adults migrate from Mexico to the northern United States every year. They're the only insect known to migrate. Right here is the larva, a caterpillar. The caterpillar eats milkweed, which makes it poisonous, hence these markings. The adult is also poisonous. Here's the pupa. The pupa is green, and when it's about to hatch, it's completely see-through, and you can see the butterfly inside. This is the last insect, the Cecropia moth. It's the largest moth in North America. Its huge wings allow it to fly very well. It's rarely seen, and these two are mating. They mate when the female releases pheromones, which attracts the male. Their caterpillars are large and green, similar to the Cyanthus silk moth. And so we leave off until next time, when we will do the nightlife and other creatures of the night. Episode on the nightlife. Many creatures come out at night, and you will see some of them tonight. This is our first animal, cats. Cats are very good predators of the night. Their eyes shine in the night. This reflective shine lets them see better. They hunt small mammals at night. They hunt with... This is a moth. A moth is one creature of the night. They are attracted to lights. It's not completely known why, but some people think it has to do with the moon and how they circle. Also, most moths don't eat. Some moths do, with a proboscis, which is a curled up drinking tube, kind of like a built-in straw. When they drink, they land on flowers and unfurl it into the nectar. Then they drink it. This is one way flowers get pollinated. The difference between moths and butterflies is that moths can fold their wings down. Butterflies can't when they're resting. Moths also have feathery antennas. They're also more drab in color. They come out at night and rummage through trash cans to get all sorts of edible things that they can eat. This is bad. It teaches them to come near human dwellings. If a raccoon had rabies, it could give humans that. Rabies is a deadly disease and they are a #1 carrier of it. They can be very dangerous. Bats are another... Now we conclude our episode on the nightlife. We have been having some... It was very short due to lack of animal findings.